Greetings, I'm Steve Cook, here tonight on our May 14th business board meeting recap. We just finished up, it's about 7:30. We had a great meeting. We had a budget committee meeting. We had some executive session. It was a busy night. Let me start by saying the budget committee approved the recommendation of the budget and is now in the board's hands, which will come back in our June meeting. For our regular meeting tonight, tonight was the recognition of all of our students that participated this year in our Student Voice Council. And we were super excited to celebrate them as this month's champion for students. So I'd like to give a shout out to Wes McGovern, Abby Wydra, Gabe Miller, Stevie Irvine, Eleni Adams, Bella Kalfas, Liam Williams, Honey Walk, Colin McCracken, and Layla White. All of those are our seniors that participated in the Student Voice Council this year and will be moving on to their next things shortly after graduation. But we want to thank them for helping us get this program started and established. Fantastic night tonight to celebrate them. We had one of the Student Voice Council members attending tonight. Liam Williams attended tonight from Mountain View High School for Student Voice Council, and his report was on the bathroom doors at Mountain View High School and maybe a little bit of struggle in making sure that those can be closed and secured so that there's some privacy. And then the parking lots and the parking and the fact that we are booting cars in that parking lot oftentimes, according to Liam, without warning. And so he wanted to express his concerns. He also wanted to express his gratitude for the opportunity to work in partnership with the board throughout the year. We had a large contingent of public comment tonight. It started off with Georgia Boggs, Aberly Price talking about chronic absenteeism, students at Pilot Butte Middle School giving us some suggestions on how they felt like we could impact that. And then we had Clint Eichelberger, a parent of students, I think, at Pacific Crest and Summit High School, advocating for our performing arts programs across the district to ensure that we are supporting those appropriately. Then we had quite a few groups, Amy Formica and Brooke Muse from Well Wired, who wanted to talk about technology use in our classrooms and our cell phones. And then Autumn Marley, Sarah Sear, Jenny Richardson, Elizabeth Oshel, and Ryan Norwood all were parents who had concerns and wanted to bring to our attention the technology use in our schools, both with cell phones and policies that govern those. And so that was a kind of a theme that ran through that public comment section. Matt Fox also had a comment regarding concerns about the district's lack of position on the war that's going on between Israel and Hamas, Israel and Hamas, and the fact that we have not taken a statement on what's going on right now in that situation. Then a consent agenda passed with no action, with no conversation, just routine vote. We went through consent for information. We had 3 reports tonight. We had executive limitation 4.5 on student transportation, 4.7 on information technology, and we had several policies that were now going into place. Then our reports for the night. We had one quick report on the South County bounty adjustment, which was given to us by South County Director and Lapine High School Principal Scott Olszewski. Minor modifications between the boundaries between Roslyn Elementary School and Lapine Elementary to ensure that we're balancing those enrollments, moving more students over to Lapine Elementary, which has had a little bit of reduced enrollment, and Roslyn has had a growing enrollment. And so that process has been robust and ongoing for several months now, and I think we're ready to move that forward. Our second report was examples of the proposed secondary math curricular adoption that we're underway with. And essentially, Math 1 becomes algebra at the high school level. Math 2 becomes a semester of geometry and a semester of data reasoning. And then that last year could be a multitude of options, which could include kind of the pre-calc, calculus path, or statistics, or even college level courses for students that are interested in those paths. And that was given to us a presentation by Amy Romero, in which she helped us work through the materials that will be used to adopt that first year course. We had 2 action items tonight. The 2 action items were the Ben Lapine schools had to appoint a representative to the High Desert ESD Board. And we did that tonight. We nominated and voted to approve Mary Paulson to be the representative from Ben Lapine Schools. So Mary will be an addition to the High Desert ESD board, and based on that action. Our second report was a action item for 2 board members to follow up on an executive session conversation about a complaint that has been filed with the district, and reviewing the report in greater detail to report and records to ensure that the board has all the information they need to make a decision on what are next steps on that complaint appeal process. Then quickly, we had a couple of regulations that are coming through, so make sure you're looking for those in your, to see if you have interest in giving feedback to them. On the superintendent's report, I just talked quickly about the work of the task force. We're really excited about the student guidance handbook for student behaviors and how the student across the district, the student behaviors would be addressed. Our core team met again. We gave an update on the core team for strategic planning. Just a recap on a number of levy presentations that have gone on. And then my last piece for that report was districts across the state gathering up and working together to create a common set of understanding about how we enter into the legislative session and work on funding for the next biennium. Then director's comments, quite a few important things to note. Shirley mentioned the Excellence in Education Awards, which take place Wednesday night, the 15th of May, where we recognize and honor 75 staff from across the district and the work that they do. There's also a Student Voice Council end-of-year celebration coming up, and a lot of folks hoping to attend that. Keena Chadwick talked about the experience of a family who entered into our process as newcomers and how our staff handled that so eloquently and helped them feel valued and feel that sense of belonging. And just a big shout out to our family liaison team and Liz and others. Really, really good work in helping that go transition very well. Cameron and Amy both brought attention to the fact that it's kind of the last little run here on the levy, and that they wanted to make sure folks knew to be sure to vote. And then Chair LeGrand wanted to make also sure that we also believe and understand that this is all of our collective work, everything that was a topic tonight, and that we need to kind of meet the call to action and step up and do our best bet to make sure our schools are meeting the needs of our community. And so working to collaborate there. We finished up right at 7:30. Our next meeting, we have a work session on May 28th, and we'll be seeing you there. And our next regularly scheduled business board meeting will be June 18th at 5:30. Thanks for tuning in.